Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Ellias, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'll be going over some of my most anticipated reads for the rest of 2021. So I actually made a video like this in the beginning of the year, and that pretty much just went over some of the books that I wanted to read for 2021, this year. When it comes to new releases, I pretty much know nothing about them. I actually have to heavily rely on the people of BookTube, a lot of my friends, on some of the books on the new releases that sound great that I want to read. So doing the research on my own just felt productive and satisfying at the same time. So in this video, I pretty much only have 7 to 8 titles I want to bring up and talk about. Before we get further into the video, I would like to mention that this video is sponsored by DK Books and part of a paid promotion for Allies. So this book, Allies, we'll talk about showing up, screwing up, and trying again. This is edited by Shakira Bourne and Dana Allison Levy. This book essentially features personal essays and true stories from 17 critically acclaimed and best-selling YA authors about being an ally, needing one, and showing up for family, friends, and strangers. It pretty much spotlights a full range of experiences from racism and disability to gender identity, sexual orientation, feminism, and so much more. I think a book like this is such an important and great read because everyone can learn something from it. It'll encourage readers like you and even me to think critically what allyship really means and to even grow from mistakes made. While scrolling through the book, I found that at the end of it, there's like a bunch of resources and prompts listed so that even after you finish, you can still continue to learn and also advocate. So I truly think that this book is a really great place to start. I think it's just fundamentally important in learning and understanding and promoting allyship and just learning about the different experiences other than our own. So this book is out now. It came out on September 14th. If you guys are interested, I will leave a link down in the description box below where you guys can purchase it. And a big thank you again to DK Books for sending this book my way and for sponsoring today's video. Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into the books. So throughout the video, if you see me looking down, it's because I have to look down on my phone to see all the books that I want to talk about. So I guess it's a good time as any to announce that we'll be reading this book for the Late Night Book Club for the month of November. Truly exciting because I have seen and heard nothing but great things about this one. And this one is In My Dreams, I Hold the Knife by Ashley Winstead. So we actually haven't officially announced this book to the book club yet, but I guess you're hearing it from me first. You're welcome. This one primarily follows a group of 6 friends during one college reunion and one unsolved murder. So I'm getting the secret history vibes here, but make it modern, I guess. So looking forward to that. We'll be announcing some more fun tidbits about this book pretty soon, so keep a lookout for that. Be sure to follow our book club Instagram and Discord, and I'll be sure to leave those links down below as well. Alright, so the next set of books I want to show you guys, but just one book in particular. The book that is sort of stemming this idea, this whole other reading vlog that I'll be doing for, is Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. So actually, along with this book, I actually went ahead and purchased Sally Rooney's 2 other books as well. I will actually be doing a full reading vlog for these set of books and seeing all the hype and where I fall within that spectrum of Sally Rooney. Because when I mentioned these books on my Instagram stories, it was just really wild to see how divisive everyone was regarding these books. There were a plethora of you guys saying how you really loved her books, how you really hated them, or how you didn't really care about them at all, and it was just 3 stars. So I am extremely curious to see where I will align within that field, because it seems like it'll be really unpredictable. I truly do not know where I will stand with Sally Rooney and her books. I know that they have garnered critical acclaim and commercial success, also mentioning that Sally is regarded as the foremost millennial writer, according to Wikipedia. I'm extremely excited and curious to see how that all plays in with these books, and can't wait to read them, so be sure to keep a lookout for my reading vlog. So the next book on this list is The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and it actually came out already on September 7th. This is the sequel to the Inheritance game, and it was sort of set up as One of Us is Lying meets Knives Out, but upon reading and finishing the book, it was more or less a little underwhelming when it came to the story overall because it was more romance focused, and I sort of wanted more of that Knives Out interpretation. However, I'm still interested to see where the story will progress and grow and just gear towards, so I will be looking forward to reading the sequel. When it comes to mystery and intrigue in YA, Jennifer Lynn Barnes does a pretty fantastic job at it. Alright, so the next book on this list is sort of set up as like a Southern Gothic dark academia mix, which I'm absolutely here for. This one is Summer Suns by Lee Mandello. So on Macmillan's website, it is said to be a sweltering, queer Southern Gothic that crosses Appalachian street racing with academic intrigue, all hunted by a hungry ghost. Okay, that's like pretty much keeping it pretty vague, but extremely interesting. I guess going into the further details of this book, it's about 2 best friends, Eddie and Andrew, until Eddie leaves Andrew behind to start his graduate program at Vanderbilt. And 6 months later, only days before Andrew was to join him in Nashville, Eddie dies of an apparent suicide. So we have some mystery here where Andrew is gonna find the mysterious circumstance regarding his friend's apparent suicide. So looking forward to it. It sounds gay. I'm here for it. All right, so this next book coming out on October 5th is Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. All right, so there are a multitude of reasons why I'm really excited for this one. It's because 1, standalone fantasy doesn't get better than that. 2, I've literally enjoyed every single book Margaret Rogerson has put out, and this one, I believe, will be her 3rd book. 3, this one is said to be Venom meets Joan of Arc. I honestly cannot think of any better way to describe this book. I have not read it yet, but I truly know it's going to be a fantastic time. Venom meets Joan of Arc. Whoever is in charge of marketing, chef's kiss. You know what you're doing. So a more detailed summary is that it's a thrilling new YA fantasy about a teen girl with mythic abilities who must defend her world against restless spirits of the dead. Artemisia. You know, not gonna lie, when it comes to fantasy names, the female characters in fantasy, some of them just truly hit different, and not in a good way. We're just gonna keep going. But anyway, Artemisia is trained to be a Grey Sister who cleanses the bodies of the deceased so that their souls can pass on. Otherwise, they will rise as spirits with ravenous hunger for the living. However, when her convent is attacked by possessed soldiers, Artemisia defends it by awakening an ancient spirit bound to a saint's relic. As she unravels a sinister mystery of saints, secrets, and dark magic, her bond with the Revenant grows. Very interesting. So it seems that she will develop feelings for this dead Revenant saint. I mean, it's a nun. Don't know if she's going to become celibate her whole life, you know, as a nun, or fall in love with this Revenant. A mysterious forbidden romance. Here for it. Looking forward to reading this one. So the next book on this list, also coming out on October 5th, is The Lighthouse Witches by C.J. Cook. It's kind of funny because the majority of this video is literally just me holding up my phone, telling you guys what the book is about, and that's primarily it. So I'm really anticipating this one because it's about these 2 sisters who go missing on some remote Scottish island. However, 20 years later, only one of them is found, but she's literally the exact same age the day she went missing. So this is really interesting because it's sort of a supernatural mystery thriller. The few supernatural thrillers that I have read, I've actually really enjoyed. There is one supernatural thriller I know I own. Alright, so this one is Ink and Bone by Lisa Unger. So I've actually never read anything from this author before, and I can't for the life of me remember how or why I even got into this. But listen, I think I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really, really good and really thrilling. And it has sort of that supernatural element that isn't too heavy-handed, I guess, in the book. Just a quick shout out to this one if you're looking for a quick supernatural thriller to read. Highly recommend. Alright, so the second to last book on this list is Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. Actually, I don't even know if this book is a full book or a novella because it's super short. It's like 128 pages. So I'm pretty sure it's a novella. But the reason why I'm putting it on my list is because it's a gorgeously creepy haunted house tale steeped in Japanese folklore and full of devastating twists. So this sounds kind of scary because, not gonna lie, when it comes to Japanese horror, we've got The Ring, we've got The Grudge. You truly do not want to fuck around with Asian ghost girls, okay? This one primarily follows a group of thrill-seeking friends brought back together to celebrate a wedding. And so for whatever stupid-ass reason, they decide to celebrate in this creepy-ass house. And so with that lack of common sense, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they kind of have what's coming to them. So they want to party in this haunted house, but this house has secrets. Lurking in the shadows is a ghost bride with a black smile and a hungry heart, and she gets lonely down there in the dirt. So I'm looking forward to this. Looks like it'll be an exploration of grief as well, mixing all that with horror. We shall see. Alright, so last but not least, our final book coming out on December 7th is A History of Wild Places by Shay Earnshaw. So I've actually read and completed 2 of her books, Winterwood and The Wicked Deep, and both of them are just really heavily atmospheric and eerie with like a touch of like magical realism, which I really loved. Both of her books were standalones. If I had to use a phrase to describe her books, they are hauntingly slow-moving and cinematic. So pretty much leaving it at that, but the reason why I'm so excited for A History of Wild Places is because it's adult. Knowing how she writes and how she operates with her other 2 books in sort of like the YA category and going into adults, very excited for it. So this one primarily follows 3 residents of a secluded, seemingly peaceful commune as they investigate the disappearances of 2 outsiders within their community. It's supposedly a story about fairy tales, the fear of the dark, and losing yourself within the wildness of your mind. Not gonna lie, this does sound anticlimactic, but in a good way, and very dreamy. it sounds like it'll come out during the right time as well, during Christmas time. All right, so that's pretty much it. Those are all the books I'm really looking forward to and excited to read for the rest of the year. That's not to say that these books are strictly just my TBR, because I do have other books in mind that I do want to read. Please let me know down in the comments below if you're excited for any of the books on this list, if you are looking forward to any other new releases for the rest of the year. Again, don't forget to check out Allies. I will leave it linked down in the description box below. And thank you again to DK Books for sponsoring today's video. And thank you guys for watching. And I will see you all soon with a new video. This book essentially features personal essays and true stories from 17 critically oh my god. This book essentially features the next book on this. Alright. Okay, so the next book on this list also coming out. Alright, so also coming out on October 5th is oh my fucking god, I can't speak.